your WTVA Severe Weather Authority forecast with Chief Meteorologist Matt Laubach.
We had plenty of showers and thunderstorms around today, and just within about the last 20 minutes, the last of those kind of completely falling apart. We expect as we go into the overnight period that we're going to have maybe one or two rumbles, but most of the time period dry. You can check out temperatures right now where it hasn't rained much. Tupelo, where it really hasn't rained at all, 80, versus where it's rained the most recently, coming in the low 70s there in Oxford, and where it rained earlier, Winona and Columbus. A little bit cooler there, and so that just reminds you that even with a front moving through tomorrow, it takes some of that rain-cooled air to sometimes get those temperatures a little more in check. A lot of puddles still showing up there in the Oxford area at this instant, 72 current temperature, and with that dew point at the same number, we do expect some fog. Where you've seen some of that heavy rainfall today, remains a definite possibility for early tomorrow morning and misty conditions to begin the day. Joel will have your latest forecast starting at 4:30 a.m. on WTVA 9 News. Today's will be in the mid-70s early tomorrow. In fact, those temperatures in places like Oxford might actually go up a degree or two by then. That 72 there compares to the front that's arriving, at least for the northern tier of counties, for tomorrow. Because you go behind that front and it's almost 10 degrees warmer in St. Louis, as you can see, almost, 12 degrees warmer there or so in the Kansas City area. You have to go way back here behind the front to get in the substantially cooler temperature. So this air is just marginally cooler, and that's important because, as we said a second ago, the real cool air is when you get into some of that rained cooled air. And that's, of course, always very sticky air. But unfortunately, it is July, and that's what we expect this time of year. The last of the sprinkles there, Coffeyville back toward around Calhoun City. Maybe one or two britzes overnight, but most of us likely into the dry category. Check out that WTVA weather app for the latest updates and alerts as necessary tomorrow morning. But in general, the only alerts we expect to see, maybe some of that dense fog advisories for a couple spots. But really, I think it's extremely isolated stuff. And you know the locations. You saw heavy rainfall today. That remains a possibility to get that fog for tomorrow morning. By noontime, as you can see, a few pop-ups there around Boonville and a couple more Starkville back toward the Louisville area. More as we head toward 2 p.m. And you know, a clustering of the heaviest of those around our front. Now, this is a cold front, as we showed you. Slightly cooler air, yes, but really it's just a lifting mechanism. Get the air moving upward, and you get that hot and humid air going upward. That helps develop those thunderstorms pretty quickly. And so if you get under one of those heaviest, there will be some strong wind gusts, a possibility out of a couple of those. But notice the vast majority, it's the greens, it's the yellows, it's the oranges. It's not that. One big note, that drier air will slide in from the north with this front as it moves through the area. So after starting off in the mid-70s, we'll be in the upper 80s, lower 90s. By noontime, we'll probably top out in the lower 90s, which is just about what you expect for this time of year. And you factor in that heat and plus the humidity, it's just going to be, well, around 100. Heat index, and some cases 103 or more. This has trended down a little bit the northern tier of counties because it shows that front coming in. Honestly, though, I expect that, we're looking 4 p.m. here. Your peak heat index for some of those spots that do show up a little bit cooler might be closer to 2 p.m. and still 100 plus, I'm expecting for all locations. One big note with this front, as it passes through the area, we're looking at Wednesday morning here with partly cloudy skies. Notice by Wednesday midday and into the afternoon, the rain chances more clustered. Grenada, Kilmichael, Starkville, Macon, southward. That shows you some drier air pressing in with this front, and that may be the bigger headline, because while there is a drop in temperatures from 93 tomorrow to 90 by your Wednesday, it's that drier air. And you can note that those low temperatures may scrape in a couple upper 60s for early Thursday morning. I wouldn't be counting that for a lot of spots, but that does keep us a little bit drier Wednesday, Thursday before rain chances, and that more significant heat comes back in more widespread fashion by Friday and looking towards Saturday. More discussion on that forecast anytime in the WTVA weather app. More news right after this.